Hello and welcome everyone. It is early Tuesday morning, August 7th, 2018, and I had a chance to catch up on a bit of my comic reading, and there's something that's been bugging me about the Avengers since it came out. Not in a bad way, in a good way, and I'm just wondering if there's a link between the Avengers and the new Venom series that Cates is writing. Avengers is written by Jason Aaron, and Donny Cates obviously is the writer of Venom. And both of them are exclusive writers for Marvel, and I believe there's 13 exclusive writers. And they'll get together and they'll go off on these writer getaways. Well, they'll sit around and hash out storylines. So they basically have an idea of where the stories are going for, you know, like a year in advance kind of thing. And then they go off and write their comics and link the stuff together and everything. But so I'm going to show some stuff in these comics and why I think there may be a link. And I don't know, you guys can all chime in and let me know what you think. I don't know, I could be out in left field, but we'll see what happens here. But right at the end of Avengers number 3, we'll start with that one. We're introduced to the Progenitor. Now, Loki takes Captain America down under the Arctic ice field and says, "Behold the Progenitor." So he's a dead celestial that's you know, all hunched over, been there for a long time. And then in issue number 4, we're still under the ice. Loki's talking to Captain America. He says, "This Alpha Celestial has been here rotting for not 1 million years, but for 4 billion." So he's been there for a long, long time. And in issue 5, we learn a little bit more about him. And we get a big, you know, splash page with him on there saying, "This is the first celestial to ever set foot on the Earth. Did so 4 billion years ago, when this world was still a thoroughly insignificant speck of molten mud. So it came here to die, and turns out even an omnipotent space god gets sick now and again, and this one had just come down with quite the nasty infection. They would come to be called the Horde. The Celestial had encountered a swarm of the cosmic locusts while traversing deep space." So then we go to issue number 3 of Venom, and right at the back, I'm sure you're all well aware of this, you get your big splash page with Null, the god of the symbiotes, and it's right at the top, says billions of years ago. And then we go to issue number 4. Man, was this a good book, by the way. And right at the beginning of issue number 4, you see Null floating around in the void, deep space void, all happy as can be. And all of a sudden there's an explosion of light, and there's all these celestials, you know, creating the universes and galaxies and whatnot, and bringing life to the deep space void. And that pisses off Null, so he gets his sword and cuts the head off one of the celestials. And Cates has confirmed that that head becomes, rots for billions of years and becomes the planet Nowhere, which is the planet Nowhere is first named in Nova number 8. So there's an image of that on the screen. So if you haven't got that one, that's a good one to get. I'm sure a lot of you are well aware of that. A lot of people have talked about that by now. But this is technically the origin of Nowhere, so this is a really good book. Man, there's so much going on in this book. Anyways, inside the head, as you all know, Null creates All Black. And with All Black, he goes around the universe, or going around space, trying to kill off all the light and bring darkness back to you know, peace and quiet back to the universe for him. Then he falls, crashes on the planet. All Black is taken, and he's laying there for eons. And but then a new hunger grows inside of him, and with that revelation, it says, "I discovered if I bonded my living abyss with lesser creatures, I could then manifest and pilot their new forms as vessels. I could draw strength from the hosts, glean from them information about my surroundings. This moment, this primordial instance of symbiosis on this near barren land, this is where it all truly began. This is where I gathered my horde." So he's gathered his horde, and his horde is then going around, you know, wiping out, or trying to wipe out all light on the planet. Then they come to Earth, and Thor gets involved, and with his lightning and whatever, he breaks the link between all the symbiotes and Null. And Null says that these creatures, these parasites, they infected my children with their light. So that's kind of interesting. And then the symbiotes, now that they kind of broken their link, they all I don't want to say they drown him, but they cover him in this black ooze, and then he gets taken to, gets put in a cage, which is Clintar, and that's where we're kind of left at the end of Venom number 4. So I guess my question is the progenitor, the Alpha Progenitor that shows up in Avengers number 3, and is in these issues, is he somehow linked to Null, the god of the symbiotes, and his horde? Is that infection from Null's horde, is that what infected him and brought him to Earth in the first place? I don't know, it's kind of interesting. So I know, like I say, Donnie Cates is a big Jason Aaron fan, so we'll have to see where it goes. And maybe I may be way out in left field, but I just thought it was kind of cool. I don't know if that somehow is a link to Venom, so we'll see where it goes. But anyways, let me know what you think. Take care for now, everyone. Bye. Talk to you later.